good morning, is it from Zetster's Lab? And there you have it. My beautiful white dress. Remember, it was too short. It was like that. I don't like it there. So I went and I looked into my stash. And I found these. Aren't they gorgeous? So you can see what you can do with a $1 dress and some serviettes, vintage serviettes. So I tried everything with my vintage stash, lappies soos ek sê, and I just couldn't find anything. I had the beautiful doilies, I had crocheted pieces and everything. And then when I found these 3 little handkerchiefs and I placed them onto the dress, it just became magic. I mean, just look at them. Aren't they just too gorgeous for words? And then there was some left because I had 3 little Chinese men serviettes, and then the sides were left, so I just put them together for a little pocket for my cell phone, and voila. So I used the strip of old tablecloth to lengthen my dress, and when I had that I could actually stop, but I thought, you know what, no, I need to do something more. That's too boring. And then I took all my little pieces and stuff and just placed it on the dress, and later I went and I put on the dress, loved the length. And as I say, when I put these little serviettes on, it was just gorgeous. It just worked, just came together, and now I absolutely love it. You can see it's the right length. There's just one little thing. I could have stopped, but then I thought, you know what? In front, that's beautiful now, so let me go and just add 3 squares at the back. But the problem with that is, the challenge with that is, there's no little Chinese men on there. But I am not gonna work, or whatever you call it, embroider 3 little Chinese men. That is above me. I am not going to do it. So I am now going to wear it like this, because nobody can see at the back and at the front in the same time. So who cares? And whenever I find a nice serviette or something with something on it that will go with this, I will just add it at the back. I also went to my buttons. I've got a huge tin filled with buttons that I inherited from my mother-in-law. And then there's my mother's and whatever. And it's going to look very nice. I had them there. I just wasn't 100% sure. But little flesh-colored buttons, the same size as the little heads, to put that on the back. But you know what? Why not? So if you have vintage linens and you don't know what to do with it, use it to change your clothes. I mean, I usually make clothes by using them, the serviettes or the tablecloths, but this time I had the dress that I had to change a little bit because it was too short. So I thought, why not? add my vintage linen. And isn't this awesome? I mean, this is now like a Chinese or a Japanese kind of dress. And it just, an Eastern dress. And it just works so beautifully with my little, I don't know if you can really see them, but just look at the little Chinese faces. They are just so gorgeous. So just a little bit of color, whoops, just a little bit of color, and different techniques and different textures, and white all over, but just different textures, and a little square with yellow sides. Voila, a unique brand new dress. And the thing is, I could have used these pieces of the one there on top, and I made it square all over. But why? You don't have to do it like that. Do it whatever blows your hair back. And this was just easy. So I just cut the serviette into 4 pieces, used the one little square, and just sewed it with my sewing machine. You don't need a sewing machine. You can actually embroider or work it with your hand, needle, and just worked it onto your dress. So you don't even need a sewing machine. And when you use thick yarn, it's gonna look beautiful. So there you have it. Voila! Cost me next to nothing. Gave me so much joy just to create this. And there I have it. A dress that makes me feel good. That's what it's also all about. Your clothes are there to make you feel good. So what to wear? Whatever makes you feel good, that you love. As I said, when I bought this dress and it was a little bit short, I could have gotten away with it kind of, but every time it would have bugged me. Just a little short. I really don't feel comfortable in it. So I decided to lengthen it. And as I told you before, I didn't just want to put anything on, because now look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? Just that little bit of different hem there makes it something different. So I wanted to keep that, so I had to put a piece in. And when I added the color, my hand painted material, it was just too, as I said, it cut me in half. It made me shorter. But this not. This just draw your eyes there, and it just makes you look tall and slim, you know, with our midlife. So this is it. Is it from Zetsterslag? If I can, you can. That is what this whole channel is about. We're scared to try things, to start new things, hobbies. Yesterday I had an art workshop, and a young woman came and she brought her little girl years back. And for her mother, she's about my age, she gave her an art workshop gift as for a birthday. So she said, Mom, you got to go to EZ for an art workshop. You will love it. So months later, I think 6 months later, she arrived. Eventually for her birthday present. And while we were painting, she even brought her grandchild with. She was also here previously, so it was so awesome. On my Facebook, I've got all these photos and pictures. And my link is below. So as we were painting, and my workshops is all about playing with color and think like a child, and just with different techniques. We just create a beautiful A1 painting. She brings a picture of what she would like to put up in her home, and I help her just to create this playful painting. So while we were busy, she actually confessed. She said, I was actually very scared to come. And that is it. You know, we're scared because what if we fail? What if we're not good enough? What if we cannot do it? And that keeps us from evolving, growing more and more free. Because she went home with a beautiful painting that was just this field filled with these beautiful flowers. And she was a changed person because she did something new and loved it, so it changed her. So we got to stop being afraid. The moment you feel fear of trying something new, you got to go for it, because that is what you need at that stage to become more free. So this was just an awesome thing that yesterday that happened. This woman just really loved trying and doing something new, and she got forced into it by her daughter, who knew it's gonna be good for her. So is it from Zetster's Lab. Love you lots, and if I can, you can. This is really not difficult. This was just you cut and you sew a piece of cloth in, and then you sew little squares on. As I said, you do it by hand. It will look fantastic if you do it by hand, because then the embroidery will come out and whatever. And you just use ordinary stitches. You don't even have to go for smart. And there you have it. I've got a brand new dress, perfect for me, something that I love, that makes me feel good when I wear it. And that is it. Life, we make it so difficult that it's so hard. Some things we just have to loosen up and just go with the flow and just start to enjoy the abundant life that's already in us. Love you. Is it from Zetster's Lab?